How's it going, Guardians? Shifty here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over two methods to farm legendary shards. Legendary shards are probably the most used currency in the game. They are required to buy pretty much any equipment from vendors throughout the game. In addition to that, they're used to buy things like upgrade modules from Banshee. You also need them when you're trying to masterwork your gear. And now, in order to focus engrams for Trials of Osiris, you need a ton of legendary shards. The price to focus Trials engrams is pretty steep. The two methods I'm going to be going over are entirely solo, so don't worry too much if you're a solo player. I hope that this video helps you out, and if it does, remember to hit that like button. And if you're new to my channel, I post a ton of solo content including guides for lost sectors, dungeons, and Nightfalls, including Master and Grandmaster difficulty. I also have other guides up on my channel, and every once in a while I do a bit of PvP. So if any of that interests you, make sure to subscribe as well. So the first method I want to talk about isn't the fastest, but you will be getting a consistent flow of legendary shards. Also, depending on what you choose to do, you can get other upgrade material like Enhancement Cores and Enhancement Prisms. You will also have the opportunity to increase your Vanguard, Gambit, or Crucible rank. And the second method I'm going to go over in a little while is a lot faster, but you won't gain anything aside from legendary shards. Alright, so now let's hop into the first method. The first thing you're going to want to do is have a masterworked ghost shell. That way you have the fourth mod slot unlocked. In this fourth mod slot you can equip a mod called Prosperity. There's one for the Crucible, there's one for Vanguard, and there's one for Gambit. So depending on whatever activity you want to play, you want to equip the respective mod. In this video I'm going to have examples of the Prosperity Vanguard mod, so if you're playing a Vanguard playlist strike or a Nightfall, you have a chance at extra legendary gear if you have the Prosperity Vanguard mod on. If you're playing Gambit, you want to equip the Prosperity Gambit mod, and if you're playing PvP, you want to equip the Prosperity Crucible mod. So on top of the regular drops that you get from the end of the activity, you'll have a chance at extra legendary gear. While it may not seem like much, it will add up over time. Nowadays, Gambit matches do go pretty quickly. If you're heading into the Crucible and you want to speed this up, I would recommend Team Scorched or Mayhem. And for the Prosperity Vanguard mod, you could always hit up the Vanguard Strike playlist. However, I highly recommend the match-made Nightfalls. The two difficulties with matchmaking on are Adept and Hero. On Adept, you have a chance at getting exotic gear, you have a chance at Enhancement Cores, and you can also get the Nightfall weapons. Alongside all those potential rewards, you'll have that Prosperity Vanguard mod to have a chance at additional legendary gear. Now, if you move up and do the Hero Nightfalls, you'll have a better chance at the exotic gear, Enhancement Cores, Enhancement Prisms, and the Nightfall weapon. And on top of that, you have a chance at additional legendary gear. If you're going to matchmake into this particular Nightfall, remember to equip the appropriate anti-champion mods. As of posting this video, the current Nightfall is the Lake of Shadows, which is an excellent one to farm. If you head into the hero difficulty solo, even if you're matchmaking with random people, chances are pretty good that you can finish this Nightfall in 4 to 7 minutes if you're motivated to do so. I almost forgot to mention, on top of these regular drops from Nightfalls, you'll probably be getting some Umbral engrams as well as Prime engrams if you have Prime attunement. Now, I am primarily focusing on getting legendary shards solo. However, if you can put a team together, you could always try running Legend or Master if you can do them fast enough. So like I said, this one isn't going to be the fastest method. However, if you do end up getting 6-minute runs for the Lake of Shadows, that ends up being 10 runs per hour. Assuming you get 2 to 3 legendary drops per run, that averages out to be about 10 legendary shards per run. And overall, that comes out to be about 100 legendary shards per hour. In my opinion, that's probably on the low end as well. And that doesn't take into account the Enhancement Cores and Enhancement Prisms you'll get. Alright, so the second method I want to talk about is definitely faster, however it's a little bit more tedious. There are also a couple of requirements here. First of all, you're going to have a character who hasn't done the Forsaken campaign. If that is not an option, you may have to delete a character to regain access to the Forsaken campaign. It may also be possible to replay the Forsaken campaign on December 7th when it's free to all players. There is a third option as well, and it's going to require help from somebody else. If you know someone who hasn't done the Forsaken campaign, you can always join their mission. So if you pursue any of those options, you want to play through the Forsaken campaign until you get to the Nothing Left to Say mission. You're basically just going to want to skip ahead through this mission up until you get to the Fanatic fight. For this fight, you are going to want some decent burst damage weapons. You may want something like a rocket launcher. In this clip, I am using a rocket launcher and Ariana's Vow. I also personally recommend a subclass with decent ad clear because you are going to have to clear some ads out. So what you're going to want to do when you reach the Fanatic is burst damage it until you reach its health gate. Again, like I said, I'm using Ariana's Vow and a rocket launcher. When you do hit that health gate, you're going to want to prepare to fight off some ads. So you do want to clear this area of ads. And then all you have to do is wait for the Fanatic to reappear and tether you. You're going to want to wait until he pulls you all the way in, back away, and then do some more burst damage here. There is no more health gate, so you can take it out, and when you do, it will drop a legendary engram. This is going to be sunset gear, but you don't have to worry too much about it. You can just dismantle it for the legendary shards. Immediately after you pick it up, you want to head back in and reload the mission. You'll automatically have a checkpoint at that Fanatic fight, so you can keep starting that fight over and over again and killing the Fanatic for more legendary items. After every single run, the Fanatic will drop a legendary item. Sometimes you can even get 2, and every once in a while you might get a ship, although the ships dismantle into less legendary shards. In addition to that, you may get some legendary drops from the ads prior to killing the Fanatic. One interesting thing to note here is that you can also do the same process for pretty much any boss throughout the Forsaken campaign. For pretty much every other boss, there isn't a checkpoint, so you actually have to kill yourself just before killing the boss. So in order to do so, you're going to need some damage over time item like Anarchy or perhaps Witherhoard. And you can go ahead and dismantle your legendary items while the mission reloads. And that is all I have for today's video. If you ended up enjoying it, make sure to like and subscribe. I just want to thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.